Just whilst I'm going through this beautiful scenery here, thought I'd say a few words about group riding versus solo. So most of my trips over the last few years have been solo, if you've been watching those, and there's definite advantages for travelling solo. I don't have to stick to a particular route. I can stop when I want to. I don't have to stop if somebody else wants to stop. I fill up with fuel whenever I want, and I can ride for as long as I want in a day. Basically, the time is my own to do exactly as I please. This is the first group ride I've done in a number of years now, and there are definitely pros and cons. So some pros are, it's great to have some company, stopping for coffees, lunch, and in the evenings you can chat about just about anything you want, normally motorcycles, but it doesn't have to be, and that's really nice. Also in a group on this trip, I had a problem with the starter button switch on my Triumph Street Triple, and groupthink was able to overcome it. One of the group, John, suggested jumping the starter solenoid, which got me going. I think it was Steve who found a Triumph dealer for me, and Lane who accompanied me just in case of any issues, and the whole group just sort of banded together basically, and that was absolutely fantastic. So there's definite pros. The cons, if you're in a group like this, another pro of course is that Tony created all the routes, booked all the hotels, etc., and organised just about everything brilliantly. So I'm freeloading on this effectively, so absolutely super. But I forgot to mention there is a hybrid group, which some companies will organise a group ride. They'll give you the GPX files, they've organised hotels, etc., and you basically meet at breakfast, have a briefing for the day, and then set off, make your own way to the next stop, which could be lunch or it could be the end of the day. That way you do get the advantages of somebody organising it for you. Also, you may not have a bunch of buddies who want to do the same trip as you, so that's another way of getting a trip done. And you've also got the camaraderie at the end of the day. And the organised, ones you pay for will typically have a support vehicle. That might be just a motorbike at the back, or it could be a van. Anyway, that's another alternative. Some of the cons though are that you do have to stop when somebody needs to stop, which is fair enough. Filling up for fuel and things takes a while because there's several bikes to fill up, and then just getting going again is tricky. Sometimes the group splits and you lose somebody. So it takes a while to regroup. Not the end of the world. And then the other thing is the speed of the group. So this group for my capabilities seems very fast, and everybody is entitled, and it's understood that everybody will ride at their own pace, which is good. But peer pressure, there isn't peer pressure as such, it's self-imposed, is that you want to keep up with the group. So it's a discipline of trying not to do that and riding outside of what you're comfortable doing. And I think for the most part everybody's doing that, which is great. But it does mean that I'm quite happy to be the tail end of the group, so that I don't feel that I'm holding anybody up behind me. And generally we're only a very short distance between each other. It's normally a few cars worth on these roads, which can of course mean a couple of minutes or more on the actual road, but I think everybody understands, which is great. So pros and cons: if you're the group leader, then you've got to do all the bookings. If you're like me, just joining a group, then that's great because everything's taken care of. Just be aware, ride at your own pace, don't do anything stupid. So definite pros, and the banter that goes on, great. And in fact, one of our group doesn't like the high passes, so has gone his own way and met us at the next hotel. So there is flexibility, and we've all got the GPX files, although the Garmins are interpreting them different to the TomToms, but that's not the end of the world either. And if travelling in a group, depending on the size of the group, we're a group of 7, which seems pretty good size. Much bigger than that, and I think it would take a long time to get going after a fuel stop, etc. So, you know, things like that need to be borne in mind. But it also means that really you need to pre-book your accommodation, because trying to book accommodation for a large group, even 7 on the day, is always going to be tricky. So that takes me back to solo trips. It's very different. On my trips, I don't have to book hotels in advance. I've tended to book the first day somewhere and then ride for as long as I want to ride in that day, or close to, determine where I'm going to stop, as near as I can at least, and then just get booking.com or other tools, apps, to find accommodation. Somebody I was speaking to last night said he uses Trivago from the hotel lobby, shows them the price on Trivago, they match it and reduce it, so they're not paying the booking fees, and he's getting a bit of a reduction. That sounds pretty good. And again, it means that I only stop for petrol when I need to stop. I can stop and take photographs as and when I want. I can slow down considerably if somewhere is of, you know, specific beautiful scenery or interest, and just divert and pop into a little town. So I'm still thinking that solo riding is the way for me, because I'm not a fast rider, and as I say, you ride to your own speeds. Gavin. And here's the group now, they've been sort of waiting, which is great. So we'll have a little catch up here, I'm sure. Maybe even a coffee stop. Anyway, enough waffle from me. I think that's about it. I mean, you've got to make your own mind up, and hopefully you come to the right decision for you. In summary, I think I'll have to follow this up in a few minutes. This is quite, well, in my terms, technical. Very steep hairpins, and I need to concentrate. So I'm going to do the summary of when I don't have to concentrate quite so much. Anyway, all that leaves me to do is say bye for now.